Astana Music presents Maria Papapetros, an enlightening talk on prayer and meditation.
My name is Maria Papapetros, and I am your self-empowerment coach. And you may wonder, what is self-empowerment? We people have been exposed to a lot of wonderful information about self-help and how can someone do this for us and someone can do that for us, how they can help us put our lives together. And I feel sometimes that not enough is being stressed about the self, about what it is that one can do for their own self. And that does sound a bit weird. What can I do for myself? As most of us believe that we do not have alternatives, we do not have choices. And that is where self-empowerment comes in. I have designed a series that deal with the subject, which is very dear to my heart. I know what self-empowerment has done for me. I know what it is that it has done for my friends. I know what it is that it has done for the thousands of people that have come to my workshop and seminars. And I have decided, with their help, to record those exercises and share what it is that has helped me and them overcome many obstacles. Self-help, it's not just an element that we use to overcome problems. That is the second part. A self-help process is something that one must get into in order not to create problems, so we do not have to solve things later on. The idea is to create the reality we want because we can. That is one of the main messages that I have, that we can create our own reality, and let's make it a masterpiece by just using what it is that it is our own birthright, what it is that we possess, that we own, that we have, which is our mind and our subconscious mind. Many people ask, do we have two minds? No, we don't. We have one mind with two functions. And the subconscious is the part of us that goes on when the conscious mind goes to sleep, shall we say. It is the state that we're into as we go to sleep and as we wake up in the morning, that what is called alpha wavelength. And that is the state that we can use to access our personal computer with. Speaking of one's own reality, one must think, what does that mean? We all experience a reality. What it is that we experience today, it is something that we have created. No one is responsible for it. It is not the president of this country. It is not our mother. It is not our father. It is not our neighbor. It is not our spouse. It is not our bad luck, our bad fortune. It is an end result of decisions that we have made, choices we have made. And again, that's when self-empowerment comes in, making better choices. If we do understand what it is that our subconscious does, maybe we'll be able to comprehend this, experience it, and put it into effective use. Our subconscious is the perfect computer. It's been said that the model for the computer does come from our own subconscious mind, which never breaks down, computes everything we think, say, do. So one may think again, but how do we reprogram? Can we reprogram? Isn't everything predestined? I hear this a lot in my work, thinking that everything is predestined. Well, Maybe some of it is. Maybe what is predestined is what it is that we encounter, what it is that comes in to our lives. Even if you look at astrological chart, it tells us that, well, at 56 you're going to do this, and 54 you're going to do that. Well, all that is saying, astrology, which is a roadmap, it says to you, your choice is what you have coming up. You have the last word. That is why I say that we create our own reality. Yes, it may be predestined to experience some situations, but again, what do we do with those situations? It is our desire. Once we recognize this, we can really go forward. I am not a fatalist, which it does surprise and shock many people. I believe that we have been recycled many times. I believe, again, that the God element, the universe, has given us a lot of choices. I don't like to believe that I live in a universe that all you get is one chance. And for instance, people have been coming in to me for counseling for many years. Can you imagine if there was nothing that I had to tell them they could do to help themselves? A lot of people think that when you go to a spiritual person, to a psychic, to a therapist, is that you're just getting a Band-Aid, to cover a wound that do not know that you can heal it. And my concept of the universe is a bit different than that. So, again, I'm going to continue with the information that I wish to share about creating one's own reality and talk about the subconscious. The subconscious does not know from right or wrong, nor does it have a sense of humor. It takes you literally, it takes me literally, it takes us literally. Everything we say, remember, does not know from right or wrong. If I'm annoyed with you and get angry and I have a habit of telling you you're a pain in the neck, my subconscious will hear this and will adopt it as its own reality. You may get harassed a little bit by my negativity. However, my subconscious will bring that to me because my subconscious is my servant. My subconscious knows only one thing: to please me, to bring what it is that I ask. So we need to pay attention to what it is that we put into motion, what it is that we say. Because again, remember, you cannot screen and say, well, Maria did not mean that. Maria was joking. No, again, it takes you literally. Think of how many of us preface with a no. Say, no, Maria, you're right. No, you're right. We use that word before we make a statement. Now, it could be because we do not feel worthy enough to have an opinion. It could be because we heard growing up thousands of times that's a no-no, that's a no-no, when our parents or we as parents run out of words to explain to our child what it is that is good and not good for them, we say that's a no-no, no-no. So out of habit, we learn that expression because it's a double word, no-no. Have you noticed how we do this all the time? So we're used to saying no before we make a statement. There are other prefaces. We preface with, it's terrible, but, or, it's funny, but. We do not need a preface to begin with. We need to become aware of this. We are worthy. The sense of self-worth somewhere has gone very low, really down. And what it is that I want to accomplish with these exercises is to create some things through sheer thought and prayer, word, so one can feel confident. Because when you see, as we're going to go on with this process, when you see what is it you accomplished, then you say, oh my God, I can do this. I really can do this. It is exciting. We're told we cannot do many things. How many of us have heard this? Oh, you can do this. You can do dishes. You're going to break the dishes. You can do dishes. They're going to break the dishes. The girl is 30 years old. She still breaks the dishes because she was told that she can. She will say the same thing to her child. And I did, at least in my culture, born and raised in Greece, that's what I was given. I did not inherit self-worth from my environment. Thank God my father was metaphysical and an optimist. However, my mother was not. So I made my choice at a very young age. I had situations, I am fortunate, very fortunate, to be blessed with some, what I would call talents that I've recognized and trusted them. That's another element that's major, trust. How do we know something's going to work? How do we know we're going to get results if we think positive? We don't. We need to trust. That's the alternative we have. We people have tried everything. We've tried our psychics, our therapists, we've tried religion, we've tried what our friend says, what our books say, what our anxiety says. We have not gone within a lot. That is what I want to see. We want to learn to go within, to where our truth is. And I hope that this, the series of this will help do that. At least that is my contribution to the element of creating one's own reality. What I share and teach is old. Nothing is new. It's just has been told my own way that comes out of experience of about 50 some years. I have been practicing to my best ability what it is that I teach. I try it first and then I teach it out there. I have been working with the meditations that I have developed with the years, and I have seen results. And again, they all address the higher essence in you and your own personal computer, which is your subconscious. And we did speak of the word and what it is that it can create. And speaking of that, I'd like to suggest an exercise. I'd like you all at home to get your recorder and this evening, and don't choose what is the time that of your leisure that you talk to your friends. Is it in the morning? Is it lunchtime? Is it after your children go to school? Is it after you make all your business calls that you talk to a friend? Record yourselves for 5 minutes. And although you know you're screening yourselves, you're going to see what it is that your reality has been made out of, what kind of building blocks you have been using. You're going to see how many times your heart breaks, how many times you can afford it, how many times you can't take it, and after a while, you're not able to take. When you say you can stand it, after a while, you develop problems with the feet, with your knees. This is not something I have come up with. They're statistics. You can go back to Dr. Murphy's books, and one of the most important ones, is about the power of your subconscious mind. I think he has said it all. It is brilliant. I was given that book, thank God, at a very young age, and I practiced it. I like to practice new things, and again I repeat, I am very fortunate. It was very close to what it is that my father believed in, so I was comfortable with that. And it has helped me. It has helped many people around that I know. And there are many books now. At that time, 30-some years ago, when I read the book, there was just a few. There was Divine Science, Science of Mind. There were not that many. They're fabulous books. There's Louise Hay. I mean, they're amazing. They're amazing, many books out there. There's a lot of information. And what I'm saying here is that we people need to do the work. We want to progress. We want to grow. We want to have results. We want to be happy. We want not to have stress. We want to be in love. We want to be good. We don't want to be angry. What do we do? What do we do for those things? What do we do to accomplish that reality? Not much. we have a friend that's called a notebook. One should work with that daily and do exercises. There's a lot. There's a lot of work. There are wonderful seminars out there, including my own, which you're invited to come to. They're often given worldwide, actually, either at the seminar center or given privately. I'd like to inspire you, if I may, if I can, to go within, to create your own thing. Read, take seminars, take classes, but see what works for you. Again, I repeat, we people must do the work. We cannot go on old patterns that are outmoded, that they do not work any longer, and expect progress. We see someone next to us that prays and gets results, and then we pray and don't get results, and we say, well, why does this person get results and I don't? Maybe this person prays effectively and we don't. And how does one pray effectively? By getting quiet, by getting into that state of being that is serene. And I don't mean for you to work on concentration. When I hear the word concentrate, I get right out of it. I don't mean concentrate. I mean get quiet. Allow the thoughts to come in. All you need to do to meditate is close your eyes, sit on a chair, close your eyes, and immediately you're going to be flooded with thoughts that have been trying to get to you. And let the thoughts pass. Even when I begin my meditations, as you're going to experience in these exercises, you may find yourselves not following what it is that I say. Please do not be alarmed. It is absolutely okay. That's what it is that I want. I'd like you to allow the trivial thoughts that you have that you're not aware of to surface, because they are there and they haven't surfaced. You may think of a little puppy that your friend had at school when you were 10 years old. And say, by God, what was his name? By God, his name was Fluke or whatever. And you may remember that his name was Lucky. And you consciously, you did not know that. You did not know you even had that thought stored at the depths of your subconscious mind. And the many other thoughts. So in the beginning, when you start meditating, please do not give up. You will have thoughts that will come up that's so trivial, and you may get annoyed with yourselves and say, oh my God, but I want to meditate. I don't want to be losing my time doing this. You're not losing your time. You need to clean up first. Think of your home when you buy a new piece of furniture. When you make room for the new piece of furniture. You sweep the floor, you mop the floor, you dust. You don't want to put a new piece of furniture at a corner that is soiled. It doesn't feel right. So it's the same thing with the mind. Before we program, as I talked earlier about scientific prayer, before we reprogram our subconscious mind, we need to clean up. How do we clean up? By getting into that space of prayer, meditation. Pray. If you're not comfortable with word meditation, pray. Just please do remember that every word and every thought is a prayer. And words, after a while, create patterns. Going back for a moment at the words, as I was talking about earlier, by prefacing with no once, is not going to hurt you. But if you're in a habit of doing that, that will create a pattern. So after a while, you may be trying for something and get negative results. Why? Because before you asked for that element, you said no. You prefaced with a no. It is okay to say no if someone says to you, are you hungry? And you say yes. If you're not, you say no. Your mind will accept that as your truth. But it's the prefacing is what we're not paying attention. Well, again, all this information is in detail in the videotapes. And I need 1 minute. You don't have to stop to go back to what it is that I was saying. Do allow the thoughts to surface. I say this again, as there are going to be many. My suggestion is that we work before in the meditation, which is a different form of meditation, that we work in the morning when we first wake up with a notebook. When we first wake up, that all the thoughts are floating on our minds. Download them on a piece of paper. You open your eyes and you rush out of bed. That should not be so. When you open your eyes, as you're still in that alpha wavelength, which is precious, what you should do is start your day right. By the way, we do have a meditation tape about starting one's day right, which will help. Start your day right by giving yourself positive suggestions, such as, this is the best and most wonderful day I will ever have. And make this day as if it was your only wonderful, long, unending day. And what would you like your attitude to be like? So get with that attitude. Once you give yourself this suggestion, when you first wake up, before you have time to think of your problems, the problems that you have to face into your day, you already began your day right. Try it. That's what I'm saying to you. Try it. It is miraculous. It's going to make you feel different. Then get to your notebook, write some more positive suggestions of what you'd like to have. You'd like this day to be phenomenal, productive, fantastic, whatever it is you want to have it. You want to be positive. You are going to get a positive response from the depths of your subconscious mind when you do that. And then list words, trivia, stream of consciousness, what comes to your mind. You'll be surprised to see what's in your mind. You may say, where's my keys? I gotta call George. I need to take my dog to the vet. I need to change my closet around. All the thoughts that you have that you never get to, that you think of the minute you wake up, and you're not going to do anything about them that day anyway. You're just going to store them back into your mind and think of them again the next morning, and or the night as you're going to sleep. You're looking at your room and say, oh my God, I did not hang up my clothes. I need to clean my closets. And you can go months with that thought. Now, what happens to those thoughts? Those thoughts get stored. They do not let you go forward, first of all. And they do not let you become productive, creative. I have people that come to me and say, Maria, I have such a block. I cannot write. I cannot finish my book. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say to my child. My daughter is getting married. I don't know what to say to her. My son is ready to go to college. I don't know how to handle this. I know I have a book in me. I know I want to change my life. I want to change my career. I don't know what to choose. We're confused because we have all this trivia. So again, meditation, prayer is the answer that I know of. Before we get to the prayer and meditation, though, we need to do the work and clean. We need to clean the area. We need to cleanse. There are many wonderful little rituals. Have flowers in your home. Take bath salts. Cleanse your own aura. Allow the thoughts to come forth. Again, allow the thoughts to come forth. As many as you can, and put them down on paper. Download them. I cannot emphasize this strong enough. This information, again, I repeat, it is in the tapes. And this introductory tape is so to help you even more understand the process and how the element of meditation works and manifestation. In order to work on manifestation, which is a word that we hear often from many metaphysicians, we need to know how it works. We need to know how to meditate. We address the element of the subconscious again. Usually, we give a suggestion to the subconscious, and it does take root immediately if we do not feed it. if we do not water it as if it were a flower, we're going to go back to the old pattern. In order to change pattern, in order to have something materialize, one must work for at least 2 months. The first month you will see results. The second month you will see more results. Once we learn the process of cleansing the mind, what it is we use our pen and paper again and list down our goals. One should do that at some point, either if they can in the morning after they write the stream of consciousness, they can do it in the evening. It's a wonderful thing actually to do in the evening before one goes to sleep, is to write what it is that they want, write their prayer. It's like putting a seed on fertile soil if you write it down. And be cautious with the words that you use when you write things down. It is a good idea to use the I am and the I have, because what it is that you attach to the I am, you become, and to the I have. So it is okay to say, I am well, I am enlightened, I am wealthy. It is okay to ask for material things. I am happy, I have love, I have good friends. It is okay to get completely specific and write everything you want, and it is okay to absolutely work with as many things as you can at the time, or you wish at the time. Now, for myself, usually I work at about 5 elements at the same time. I would write on a piece of paper what it is that I want. I describe it well. I have noticed that in the beginning, when I was working on manifestations, I had problems in saying, I am well and I am happy, or I have love, and so forth. The lower self will come up and say, yeah, who do you think you are? Why do you think you deserve this? Well, finally I learned, it's not a matter of I deserve that, I want it. We need to open up the desire, to open up the want. And the tapes will assist you to do that. I hope that I'm doing a good job in giving instructions, in this tape. If not, you may call us and I'll listen to your tapes many times. And after a while, something will click, something will feel right. You will be writing your affirmations, and in the beginning, the first month, second month, you may find what it is that you did wrong. You may find some silly little things are happening. You may, for instance, ask that you want to have a computer, and somebody may hand you one, but not in a working condition. So because the subconscious takes you literally, the idea is to say, I want a computer, describe it in perfect working conditions. It does really work. You will see, it is fun. You will see what you've done. You keep a notebook of success and write some elements that you want and work with them. Work with them meaning you go to bed, and before you go to sleep, you read to yourself those desires, those prayers that you've written down. Read them for about 2 months. Now, some may materialize before 2 months. Then what you do, you remove them from your list by writing success and replace them, write another one. So I usually begin with 5. That is a good number for me. You may choose whichever number you want for yourselves, and try to visualize what it is that you're writing. Use as many of your senses as you can. Visualize what you want. Hear it in your mind's ear, see it in your mind's eye. Experience what it feels like. And by the way, let that be the last thing you take with you before you go to bed at night. I would not allow television to dictate my reality. Because remember, there's a few precious moments that we have in that twilight state before we go to sleep, and we want those moments to be programmed with what it is we want. So choose health, choose wealth, choose spirituality, choose abundance, choose good friends, choose forgiveness. Create your own reality and make it a masterpiece.
Hello, I'm Jana Elizabeth, and I hope you enjoyed this talk as much as I did. For more information on Maria Papapetros, her meditations and workshops, please visit www.mpapapetros.com. Thank you.